Mechanized agriculture is developing in Amuru District to create a shift from relying on rudimentary hand tools to modern farming technologies. This area is a beehive of mechanized activity with various farms by investors. The government of Uganda, led by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has created a good atmosphere for agriculture investors to bring their multi-billion equipment to this area. Operation Wealth Creation, headed by the Chief Coordinator, General Salim Saleh, has supported local farmers and promoted mechanization in the area.
My name is Amit Patel from Terra Agro Solution. Then my work is farming and planting and prepare rice, maize and soya. Uganda is growing too much because this land is very good land. I am happy to here to work. I am thankful for President and General Saleh is big help me provide everything and working here, and Saleh sir is given me too much power for the working here. Thank you for Salim Saleh sir.
Commercial ventures like Terra Agri Farms, Asili Agriculture Limited and many others are showcasing the potential of mechanized agriculture in Amuru by using modern machinery for planting, harvesting and spraying large acreages of crops like maize, rice and soya. This demonstrates to local farmers the benefits of moving away from manual methods.
Terra Agri going is very well. Uganda I am in almost 6 years here. I am working very well, and then somebody is outside. Even last my interview so many people calling me from abroad, like London, like Netherlands, like South Africa, even Kampala guys have Amuru people. So many people is advise me for the farming and implement and mechanism. Terra Agri have a maize planter, soya planter and sim planter I have. Even I am selling soya, maize, even rice planter I am selling. Harrow I am selling. I am selling plow disc. I am selling tractor. Even selling. I am hiring for everything for my implement, tractors, machinery for harvester, everything I am hiring. I am sent to somebody have a hiring. I give you for hiring.
Today is a rice planting day at Terra Agri Solutions. At Terra Agri Farms, the UBC team gets to witness mechanized agriculture. A rice seed planter automates the process of sowing rice seeds precisely and evenly into a prepared field. The planting machine is attached to a tractor.
This tractor is going, your work is easy for commercial because this planter have every day 40 to 60 acre plant rice, even soya, even maize.
Before the planter is used, the field is prepared to provide optimal conditions for germination. The rice seeds are placed in the seed hopper, a container that holds and feeds the seeds into the distribution system. Then fertilizer is also loaded into the second container. As the planter is pulled across the field, the farrowing devices dig small trenches into the soil. A seed metering mechanism is activated by the movement of the planter's ground wheels, dispensing seeds from the hopper. A set of closing wheels follows behind to cover the seeds with soil. This ensures good seed-to-soil contact for better moisture retention and germination.
Process first to come with the fertilizer and seed for rice seed, then come here for planting, put for planting the rice 500 kilo and fertilizer almost 500 kilo. Then start now planting. Combine harvester, I have 5 to 6 combine harvester here. I have a case combine, John Deere combine, everything is here. I have a 22 feet for a rice combine. I have a 6 row in a maize combine for case like this. Planter have a 26 row in a rice planter, 12 row in a soya planter. Sprayer have a 24 meter. Again I have other sprayer in a 18 meter. I tell everybody for Ugandan people, come here to buy, you will learn here, and I have a provide to hire and buyer. My landlord has like Stella Oketa. This is good person. There I agree with my landlord, have a good relation in the work, very good.
At another farm in Amuru District, at Asili Agriculture Farm, we get to witness mechanized soya bean harvesting. A combine harvester automates the entire harvesting process, including reaping, threshing, and winnowing into a single operation. It is equipped with special components for handling delicate seed pods to maximize yield. The front of the combine is fitted with a flex header, which has a cutter bar that flexes to hug the contours of the ground. This is critical for harvesting soya beans, as their low-lying pods must be cut as close to the ground as possible. The harvested material travels up a conveyor into the combine's main body. The crop enters the threshing system, where a rapidly spinning cylinder with rasp bars beats the plant against a stationary concave. A powerful fan blows air up through the sieves, lifting and expelling the lightweight chaff and dust out the back of the combine. The heavier, cleaned soya beans fall through the sieves. When the grain tank is full, a long side-mounted auger is extended to transfer the harvested beans into a waiting grain cart or truck. The seeds that remain behind in the harvested area are left to the villagers to pick and also earn a living to create a good relationship with the villagers. Seed storage is a very important step after harvesting. At Asili Agriculture Farm, we get to witness mechanized soya bean storage. Seed storage silos are durable containers designed to protect and preserve seed quality from moisture, pests, and temperature fluctuations. Modern silos can be integrated with aeration and monitoring systems to control the internal environment, helping to maintain seed viability for extended periods.
My name is Richard Asimwe. I work with Asili Agriculture Limited in Uganda. Asili Agriculture Limited was established in 2012, and it is specifically a grain company currently into maize and soybean. We are managing this farm. This farm is called Ome Farming Company, and it is being managed by Asili Agriculture Limited. Specifically, what we do here is strictly mechanized agriculture, and we do conservation agriculture in our farm to conserve the environment and the climate. And then we move our grain to our facility where we handle the grain, we clean, we dry and clean, then pack and export to different markets, including Kenya, Rwanda, where we have different customers who buy from us grain. Mechanized agriculture is strictly doing agriculture with machines. Everything we handle, we use machines. At planting level, we do use the planters to plant, and we have a team of agronomists who set those planters depending on the rate that we want to plant the maize or the soybean. At times we also do some mung beans. And we continue using machines to weed our crops using recommended chemicals which will conserve the environment, and later on we go ahead to harvest using combine harvesters, where strictly we are looking at not losing anything much in the field. However much there is some gap still there where we are losing a little bit of the commodity of the products, but we are looking at zero wastages in the field by using combines. We harvest using those combine harvesters, then we load onto the machines and use the cleaning machine to clean and dry. Mechanized agriculture is the way to go, and I'm sure that's what Operation Wealth Creation is looking at doing. I know, just like Asili we are doing, we want to move the small-scale farmers into a medium-scale farmer or even large-scale farmer. And strictly we know, for the farmer to have much profits from the land, from agriculture, he needs to use mechanized agriculture and of course handle the commodity or the products very well to reduce on the wastages. Now, the rudimentary way of farming has led the farmer a little bit, has lagged the farmer behind, because the planting is not good. Mostly farmers who do not use mechanized agriculture will just use the method of spraying the seeds using the hand, or at times using the hoe. So the farmer may not know that in an acre he can plant 10 kilograms in an acre. You find a farmer is planting only 5 because he has no machines to do what? To cultivate. And at the end of the day, he's just receiving or harvesting something small compared to what he would have harvested. But for a farmer who is using mechanized agriculture, I can assure you in an acre of maize, that farmer is likely to harvest more than 4 metric tons. Because at Asili, where we are doing mechanized agriculture, currently we are harvesting 6 metric tons of maize from just an hectare. 1 hectare, about 6 metric tons of maize, or even more in a good season. So I believe that mechanized agriculture is the way to go for a farmer, if a farmer is to move from one step to another. The government of Uganda, I'm sure, is looking at helping the farmers. And that's why Operation Wealth Creation is there. Operation Wealth Creation, currently led by General Salim Saleh, is trying its best to help farmers with mechanized agriculture. The government of Uganda, that is led by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, is looking at mechanizing agriculture to all farmers. Now, this is being done through the Operation Wealth Creation led by Saleh, where all the farmers are now on the step of being supported to do mechanized agriculture. Just like you may see at Asili, where we have different machines. I know the machines cannot be afforded by small holders or medium holders, but they are equivalent of the machines. Like this is a sprayer, they are equivalent of the sprayers that can be afforded by those people. And Operation Wealth Creation is looking at that, mechanizing agriculture, and then when the products is harvested, it is also looking at linking the farmers to proper markets, good markets that will provide good prices to the farmer, so that the farmer can be moved from poverty to have some money in the pockets. I have always seen the government telling farmers to form groups, because I believe the government can easily fund these farmers with whatever machine in groups, but not individually. So the government is looking at making the farmers into groups. Even at us in Asili, we are trying to help the farmers with recommended inputs, but in groups, which is the way to go. I'm sure if people come together and they form a group, the government can easily help them. Can even start from giving them machines to use in the garden, and then the group, if they bring together what they have harvested, it can easily be marketed, because remember, it will be much. If a group has about 20 or 50 people and each is harvesting from an acre, the bargaining power will also be much, because they will have a lot of tonnages to put in the market. Then the government can link them to the markets, because the markets are there. Asili local is buying, very many companies are buying, even exporters are there. But they are looking at buying a reasonable quantity of maize or a reasonable quantity of soybean, which cannot easily be done by one person, but a group of people can easily market their commodity through a group farming. Now, at Asili Agriculture, we are facing some challenges. One of the major challenges that we are facing is we do not have electricity. Like you've moved from Amuru headquarters up to here, there are no electricity. This is a big facility where we are handling over 10,000 metric tons of maize and over 5,000 metric tons of soya per season. That is about over 30,000 metric tons of grain altogether combined in a year. We really need electricity to boost our production. Currently we are burning a lot of fuel to only dry and clean and also use for other packaging in our facility. So that is a major challenge, and I wish it can be looked at by the government of Uganda, because around we do not only have a silly farming company only, we have different other farms, Noma Farm, Terra Farms, and other different large-scale producers who really need that power to help them boost their operations. Then the other challenge we are facing is wildfires. Now we have a problem that we are next to the park and animals keep on coming. So we have the community, we have people in the community who are hunters. When they're hunting animals, they move and set fires, and those fires end up burning our crops, they destruct our crops. Even themselves, they go ahead to steal our crops, which would not be a problem, but the fires burning our crops, you find it has burnt over 10 hectares of maize. That's a lot of money being wasted in the field, or even some machines being burnt because of wildfires. That is another major problem that we are having here. You can imagine a machine like this or a combine harvester of 8 metric tons capacity being burnt in the field. Of course, we already got one combine that got burnt in one of our fields, which has affected this company. Those machines are very much expensive. So if wildfire is set and the machine is burnt, it really it is a big destruction and a big loss to the company. Behind me is the Ome Farming Company processing facility. This facility is where we handle our grain. When the grain is harvested from all our fields, is brought here and we handle it here. Now specifically what we do here, when the grain comes here, we clean and then store it in our different storage points, which are those silos, dry silos you are seeing. Then later on, when time reaches to take the products to the market, we remove it and clean it, then bag it, and then export it to our different markets in South Sudan, in Kenya, in Rwanda, and even other buyers within the country, Mandela Millers and others. World Food Program, they buy all our grain from here after cleaning. But the other challenge now we are getting at the processing facility is this processing facility still needs some boosting by getting a good pre-cleaner, so that now the products that we are marketing in the field can be of a high standard, can be very clean without any problem. Currently we have a small cleaner where we can only clean about 150 metric tons per day. We have a small dryer which can only dry about 120 metric tons per day. We would like to boost because our production now is going very high. Each and every day we are adding more blocks on the farm to produce maize and to produce soybean. So we would like to improve on its capacity from the dry cleaner to the storage points and to the burner or to the drying point. That's one of the challenges that we are getting. Formerly, when Ome Farming Company put this facility here, it didn't think that it would grow big. But like we are saying, the Operation Wealth Creation comes in and support. We are now growing big, and indeed the storage points, the handling points needs to grow, also needs to be improved. My last word to the government of Uganda through the Operation Wealth Creation, to the good General Salim Saleh, I request that if it is very possible, which I believe it is very possible, electricity be extended to this place of Ome Center. And if it is possible, we work together with the government like we have always done to also improve the lives of the community around us. We would like to grow as the community is also growing now. How can we help the community grow? Through Operation Wealth Creation, we can work with the community by recommending proper inputs to use, by recommending proper seed, proper chemicals which are of standard to use, and later on even buy their products, because for us we have the capacity to sell these products to different markets. If a small farmer holder or a medium farmer holder may not have the capacity to sell that product to a place or to a buyer with good prices, but we do. Now if we link together with the Operation Wealth Creation, we can really boost these farmers and they improve their production, which the government is looking at, because I'm sure the government is looking at helping the farmer grow from a small scale to a medium scale and to a large scale. Together, we can do something. Thank you.
The success story of mechanized agriculture by local farmers and investors is a great achievement for the country, and we Ugandans should protect the gains that the NRM government has achieved to this day under the leadership of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and Operation Wealth Creation under the leadership of the Chief Coordinator, General Salim Saleh.